Hello Kingpins, my fellow Kingpins. Today I'm going to be showing you what I do for my gold farming. The pieces of 8. Alright, for starters, we're going to go ahead and zoom out. We're going to go over all of this crap. So essentially, once you become an empire, or a Kingpin, you get the option to become an empire. So essentially how all this works is each season you get an empire that you're able to do, which you need to fight for territories. And these are your territories. They're not going to be as high as mine when you're first starting out. You have to level them up and get them to this point. Mine aren't even that high, but I'm progressing. So if you look, each one does a certain thing. So level 6s will have a storage size of 300, and they're going to produce different amounts depending on the server. Currently, I believe the game is kind of glitched. It's showing me 16 hours. It's not actually that. But this is what you get per season. So your end goal is to control all of this for passive gold income. But we'll get into that on why it's not really that useful here in just a moment. And why that doesn't really matter too much of controlling both those territories. And just going to take up way more of your time than it should. So your manufactories are all these, right? Your territories. The way the territories work are these little outlines. See that little outline right here? So there's 4 manufactories to this territory, which then makes it where I get a small buff depending on the territory size. So this one over here is 20%, as you can see up here. This one's 20% for this territory, 30% buff for this territory. Then you have trade routes. Trade routes, as long as they're going from each manufacturer that you own, will give a boost. Like this one here gives a 5% boost to these 2. So both of these are getting a trade route boost, about 5%. So in total, they're getting a 25% boost. 25. Trade routes, I haven't seen any trade route go above 5% boost. So, maybe one day. I don't know. That's probably not going to happen though. But my personal route of how I farm up so much pieces of 8 is I'll go from here, from La Bastide, and just make my way going all the way up once these are all done. Now, sometimes you get a thing called double or nothing. If you get a double or nothing, make sure you have all of these owned, because then what you can do is you can go to each one of these points and grab. So let's say you get 1,000 total from your collecting of all these territories and all these manufacturers. What ends up happening is you'll get 2,000. It doubles your pieces of 8 right there on the spot. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to run over to your hideout. And we're going to show you how this works over here. Don't worry guys, we're trying to keep this short, simple. You know, the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, alright? We don't need to overcomplicate things if we don't need to. I'm just giving you a basic breakdown of how everything works. Let's go ahead and go into upgrades. Alright, so you have your smuggler operations. Leveling up your smuggler operations, if you don't know, will allow you to create better things through your distillery or through your opium mine or farm. So as you can see right now, I'm only up the White Skull Gin because I haven't found a need to go past that yet. No need for me. And now, also, if you upgrade it high enough, you'll eventually be able to have more idle workers eventually, hopefully. But as of right now, I can only do 1. I believe in coming updates, we should be able to produce more than just 1. I'll go back to our upgrades. Alright, so now we got smuggler skills, which will be good for when you're taking over territories, right? So, and also whenever you're trying to sell your goods, you also get increased silver, and your legendary heists and all that will give you more silver, more gold, faster hostile takeovers, stuff like that. Now, the Red Owl connections is where it starts to get important, because here is when you start actually getting your boost for your manufactories, depending on where you're in. or where you're at. So like if you look at the top up here, it says Red Isle. Up here it says Coast of Africa, East Indies. So all those will upgrade accordingly, and then you have your final one, which is Empire Management, like increasing the bonus duration of future supply runs, reduce the production cost for controlled territories by 4%, increase the profit bonus for established trade routes by 10. So you could even go up to 15% total, or an extra 5%, sorry, to where it's totaling 10%. But getting all of these are really important for your season. I've been extremely focused on at least leveling my stuff up as fast as possible. Oh, shoot, as you can see, I've gone down to my seasonal rank, which kind of sucks, but it happens, along with my weekly rank. Yesterday it was at 390. But this is how you get your superior tokens or sovereign. This is how you get your sovereign right here. The only way to earn sovereign is literally through your leaderboards, doing your weekly. So your weekly will give you a small amount. Your seasonal will give you a big amount. For example, because I hit 10,000, I got 350 sovereign. I hit 20,000, I got 450. When I hit 30,000, I get 500. And then if you're part of the top on your weekly and your seasonal, I believe your top 3, you're gonna get a bonus amount of sovereigns on top of that. So your whole point, the whole goal is to try to get up to that as fast as possible. Let me show you how this works. So if you go into here, you'll see that these have different options depending on its level. So if I come down to this level 3, I can't do the Black Lotus because I'm not a high enough level on that. It needs to be a manufacturing tier 6 to do that, but I can do Gold School, if that makes sense. So like depending on your manufacturer's level will allow which thing you can kind of do. So right here, if we go through this, I have a lot of black snuffs I'm able to do nowadays. We'll go ahead and go up to these. Go ahead and activate all of my main ones. These are the ones I try to do as often as possible and make sure that they're working. And you can make a boatload of pieces of 8 just running your Red Isle. That's really all you really need to run right now until you're much higher on in the season and you can come up with new trade routes. Like I said, my route is starting from here, going here, like starting from La Bastide and going down to Fort Doulis, going to Dubois Lumberyard, and then to Saint Amélie, and then Fonderie Royale, and then Grand, and then Sifu Lumberyard, and then Palisade Bay, and then up to Lamba Weaver, and then back into here, into St. Anne. Because how this works is when you're farming these coins, you have to collect the coin, and after you're done collecting all your coins that you want to collect, you have to go into a den. If you're doing the double or nothing, you have to go into a port, if that makes sense. So you know, this is a port right here. So if let's say I collected all of these and it said, okay, I got a double or nothing quest, and it said I have to go to this port to collect that double or nothing. I mean, if you take the double or nothing, you don't have to collect all of your ports, but if you want to get the most maximum amount of coins as possible, which we're talking about today, you have to collect all of these and then go to whatever designated port it's telling you to go to, which could be really anywhere on the map. I typically get it on the edges. On top of that, with the double or nothing, you're going to be hunted by at least 2 pretty powerful pirate ships, along with any player that joins. So typically, what I'll try to do is I will try to get one of my friends, because I'm the highest level out of all my friends. I will try to get them to invite me to their world, because if you look on this world, there's a little OP, you know? 123. Well, not on this world. These guys aren't very OP. So on this world, I probably would do a double or nothing. Because if you look, people aren't very high level. They're not going to be able to mess with you that much. Most people probably won't even end up messing with you because they're not high enough level. Well, not so much that they're not high enough level, it's just you're a terrifying just force of nature once you're maxed out. Or at least close to maxed out. If you're going to be doing roving missions, by the way, so I'll show you a little trickery-do on that. When you're roving mission, only giving me standard orders? Okay. So if you have a roving mission that pops up, as of right now, you are able to take only one piece of whatever you need with you for that roving mission. So for example, my roving mission tells me, okay, I need to bring, what was it? It would say like I need to bring 164 gold skull rum to the ship that's way far away, you know, about 6,000 meters, and I have to, you know, sail all the way over there with that, with 100 and whatnot gold skull rum. You don't actually have to right now. As of right now, if it says /1 over it in your top right when you're looking at the mission, if it says /1, just take the 1 and it'll only subtract 1 from your inventory, and then bam, you get 100 and whatnot gold skull coins from that. As of right now, I can't actually show that because unfortunately I don't have enough gold skull rum to be doing roving missions. I don't have enough of anything, which is unfortunate, but that's how you get more gold skull, or sorry, how you get more pieces of 8, and how I farm my pieces of 8 to get pretty much to where I'm at with my maxed out ship, and you know, working on getting further beyond that. But as of right now, that's just how the game is right now, and I hope this video will be helpful to you. And if you watched all the way to the end, hello, go ahead and drop a comment below saying, I don't know, ARG, yeah. If you made it to the end of the video, drop ARG. If you guys want to enjoy my content more, I do a lot more streaming than YouTube videos. Most of my streams are through Twitch, and you can find me with at Bosley Gaming. And I'll be leaving a link to my Twitch down below as well, within the description, along within the comments. I've made it this far, fellow Kingpins, those working to become Kingpins. Arrgh! I'll see you in the high seas.